Assalamualaikum. My name is Syahirah binti Zakaria and my partner is Izzah Hanum binti Muhammad Nizam, and today we will present a TV series titled The Recruit Series 2022. First, let me introduce a little bit about this series. So, The Recruit series is an American TV series on Netflix which is directed by AS650. The genre for this drama is spy adventure or comedy drama, and it has a total of 8 episodes for this series. This is the main character in this series. The first one is Hendrik, and then we have Senator Smoot, Faber, and Violet. This series is about Owen Hendrik, who is a CIA lawyer who is involved in massive international conflict with dangerous party because an asset tried to expose her relationship to the agency. So now, let's proceed to the critical incident that happened in this series.
You're a dead man walking. Nyland thinks he can keep me in the dark on the agency's covert clusterfucks, but he's wrong! If I want to read a document, I'll read a document! I have a constitutional mandate to oversee the CIA, and I am going to exercise the hell out of it, starting by subpoenaing you. Now, I'm going back into my hearing, and I'm quoting this document.
From scene 1, cooperative communication happened in the term of confrontational communication when Senator Smoot used a high-volume voices with aggressive and rude tone to Hendrik until Hendrik feels angry at him and wants to scold Senator Smoot. The effect of this scene is, due to confrontational communication by Senator Smoot, Hendrik feels disrespected and unwelcome. He loses respect for Senator Smoot because of his rude attitude which uses offensive language. Thus, it will give a bad reputation for Senator Smoot company, and it will make the relationship among the client become worse. The recommendation of this scene is, if I were Senator Smoot, I must avoid using confrontational communication since it may hurt other feelings. The right thing to do is, Senator Smoot should use appropriate volume by using a polite tone when talking to his client in order to make his client feel respected, and thus it can avoid any conflict in their workplace.
Yo!
Jesus!
Whoa. It's just Owen. You good? It's me from coffee.
What do you want?
Working on the crazies, was hoping that you could help me.
No, absolutely not.
From scene 2, simple communication happened in terms of improper courtesy when Hendrik showed his lack of ethics and disrespect toward Faber by entering Faber's room without knocking the door or asking permission first. The effect of this scene is Faber feels uncomfortable and lost his privacy in his own room. This incident will contribute to misunderstanding between them, and for sure, Faber will lose faith in Hendrik as Hendrik was not concerned about his privacy. The recommendation of this scene is, if I were Hendrik, I should knock on the door and ask permission from Faber before entering the room to illustrate a good coordinates in the workplace. In addition, every worker must learn and practice about the ethics and basic culture in the workplace, such as knocking on the door before entering the room as a symbol of respecting and concerning each other's privacy.
Badge of honor, then you have to hand it over. Pull up over, dream of what kind of things you wanna.
How was Yemen?
It was great. No thanks to you two. Look, I don't mind getting hazed because
From scene 3, communication process happened in the term barrier to communication when Hendrik shows lack motivation and interest in workplace communication by giving just a short feedback and speaking in non-vigorous tone when Violet asks him about Yemen Street. The effect from this scene is Violet will feel offended with Hendrik's attitude since Hendrik shows lack of interest and motivation to talk with her. Because of that, Hendrik received bad impression from Violet, and it will contribute to an unhealthy relationship between workers since there is no good communication between them. The recommendation for this scene is, if I were Hendrik, I should use the element of interpersonal correspondence such as using gesture. He should make movement of part of his body rather than putting his hand in the pocket. The movement of body can make the communication become more interesting and contribute to effective communication. In addition, he should animate his voice with a more vigorous tone to express his excitement when communicating with Violet. So that's all from me, and for the next critical incident, I will pass to my partner.
Hey, can I ask a really big favor?
No.
I totally understand that. It's just,
Sense 4. Analysis. From these scenes, we can see that the communication process used is cultural differences, language under the term of barrier to communication. The cashier refused to help Hendrik due to a language barrier. This could be seen as an example of how cultural differences can impact communication in a real-world setting. When there is a cultural differences, such as a language barrier, it can have a significant impact on communication effectiveness. This is because language is a fundamental tool for communication, and when individuals are unable to speak the same language, it can be difficult to convey message and understand each other's needs. So, for the effect of the cultural differences, it can lead to misunderstanding, frustration, and conflict. Other than that, it can impact relationships between individuals and groups. Recommendation. In order to avoid or minimize language barrier or cultural differences, here are some recommendations. First, use simple language. Avoid using complex vocabulary that may be difficult for people to understand. Second is speak slowly and clearly. This can help people who are not fluent in the language to understand what we are saying.
What are you wearing?
Scene 5. From this scenes, we can see that the effective ways of communication use is appearance. Hendrik in appropriate attire can be analyzed as a failure to use appearance as a tool for conveying respect, professionalism, and cultural sensitivity. He arrived in a hoodie instead of a suit to meet his boss. Effective communication involves using all available tools and resources to convey a clear and appropriate message, and appearance is an important part of this process. And its effect. Appearance could impact on reputation and relationship with colleagues. Other than that, it also can affect how others perceive us and our level of professionalism. For recommendation, every employee should know how to dress appropriately in workplace to show professionalism and also help to build trust and credibility. Other than that, taking care of our appearance in workplace can boost our moral and motivation.
So, how can we help?
super nice of you guys, but I'm all set. For now.
Good. Because, if you need anything, we are here to support you.
Yep, thank you.
Last scenes. From these scenes, we can see that the form of communication used is verbal communication. Violet is using verbal communication to ask Hendrik if he needs any help. In this case, Violet is using spoken words to offer assistance and communicate her willingness to collaborate. This form of communication involves the use of spoken words to exchange information. Effect from this scenes is, first, create a positive and collaborative work environment that can lead to better quality works. Second, it can help to build trust and respect between coworkers. It also can help to build a sense of collaboration and teamwork. Recommendation. First is actively listening to coworkers and showing support. Second is creating a culture of open communication. All of these recommendations can avoid misunderstanding and build a good connection with coworkers. So, in conclusion, there are many things that we can learn from these video clips that we have collected through this series in terms of suitable behavior in the workplace. Verbal communication with coworkers has been demonstrated as we should value and appreciate our coworkers. Other than that, this video clip shows we need to learn other language to avoid cultural differences and behavior in every situation that we will face in future. Lastly, our video clip point out about the significance of appearance and professionalism. So, it is important to applying theory of communication in our daily life. That's all from us. Thank you.